Cup games as Wayne Gretzky has taken him along. Baumeister with it, sends it in off the board. You see how alive these boards are. That's Lemieux going back in behind the net off to Iginla. Iginla leaves it. Lemieux around. Backhander got blocked inside. Iginla, he got enough on to get it in, and Kiprusoff covers it up. So if they count that, that's the first shot they've had in the last 8 minutes.
This is where, Bill, you were talking about Lemieux's size and strength and his hands, how soft his hands are. He uses strength.
Watch what he does here.
He uses strength and he uses reach. What a great pass. First of all, now he gets back and he just holds out the defender.
See what he did? He flipped it in the air to the front of the net so that nobody could get it with their stick on the ice.
Mario comes up with things to do with the puck that nobody else thinks of. How to get it to the front of the net, how to get it away from a defender. And he's so good at it. He looks like he's been he's been doing it for forever. It's amazing.
And he's still out there right now. Lemieux heading to the front of the net. Is dumped back in behind it, where Newman will come back to get it. Teppo Newman had 16 years in the National Hockey League last year with Dallas. Dumped off on the near side boards and whistled on the offside. Let's check in with David and Barry.
All right, 15 minutes in. Barry, your thoughts so far?
Don't panic. It's fine. Canada played them better in the first part of the period. Finns came on later in the period. Bottom line is Finns are a great team. It's going to be a tough game.
All right, we'll have more in the intermission report coming your way as soon as the first period's done at the Air Canada Centre. Guys, back to you.
All right, David, thanks. And we will have Ted Saskins, Bill Daly, the negotiators at the table for each side, joining us during the first intermission for an update on where they're at. That'll be flipped in off the wall. Heatley trying to get it in, could not. Sent back. Brewers got it. 4:42 left to go here in the period. Tied at 1-1. 7-5 shots. Canada's favor. Heatley got tied up. Dumped back to center. After a wide open first 4 or 5 minutes, Finland has shut it down, playing their kind of game. Kiprusoff leaves it back in behind the net. The only two goaltenders with shutouts in this World Cup year are playing in this game, and those went by the boards any opportunity early in this one. Heatley's in, shot, hit the outside of the post. Heatley trying to put it off the back of Kiprusoff, but he missed.
Danny Heatley pressing for one. He has not scored yet in the World Cup. He has done a lot of tough work along the boards, but Danny Heatley has not been able to dent the twine yet.
Icing called. 4:04 left to go in the period. That gives you some idea, Bill, of just how tough it is playing at this level in these games when Heatley isn't scoring.
Well, Danny Heatley is probably one of the best young players in the National Hockey League today.
Well, watch it. Kiprusoff gets a piece of this.
Of course he does.
Heatley scores. I mean, it went off Kiprusoff and off the post.
Of course he does. Kiprusoff seems to get a piece of every shot that comes near him.
They have changed that goal scored by Finland. Rico Hall scores it, his first of the World Cup at 6:34. Lidman and Berg pick up the assist. So Rico Hall, the goal scorer. Back in behind the net for Draper, taking out Thornton. These are the black and blue out there against the top line of Finland now. There's Thornton mugging it. Doan into the middle. Doan got tied up. Back to Regier. Leaves it. Shot. Blocked. Up in the air and out to center. Good play made by Lehtinen, who had the puck and had it stolen.
For the Finns to have great coverage down low and great coverage at the blue line tells you how tenacious they are.
Doan had it, lost it, rolled to center. Rico Hall, who had that goal, chasing it down. That's going to be whistled. And an interference call coming, our first penalty of the game. And it's going to be on Finland. I don't think anybody knows it yet because nobody's made a move to head over to the box.
Steve Walkham's the man that made the call. He's pointing at somebody.
The boos are for Solani.
The team of Solani and Chris Draper started out in the corner. Got a little jostling match here, and Draper gives him a little face wash right here. And let me tell you something. Timu does not like that at all. He doesn't like the physical stuff that much, but he definitely doesn't like getting face washed. Comes back a little retaliation hit from behind. You're always going to get the retaliation call in hockey. And
he does. Solani out of there. Interference, 16:38. Power play opportunity now for Team Canada in this tie game. Team Canada's 4 for 18 on the power play. Brodeur short-handed, had to knock it away. The Finn penalty killers have given up 4 in 20 chances for the opposition. They are 5th in World Cup play of the 8 teams. Now let's see what Team Canada can do with it. Mario Lemieux will be out there, chased into the corner, and whistle.
Icing
call.
Yep.
Wow. LeCavalier, who has picked up right where he left off in the Stanley Cup playoffs. He's been outstanding, second leading scorer among all in the World Cup.
And he really came here with something to prove since he was a late addition. Steve Yzerman could not perform because of his facial injury, his eye injury, so LeCavalier was called upon. And all he did from day one was set out to prove that he should have been here in the first. It's not a critical statement, it's just how deep Canada is. He wanted to prove he belongs here, and he did the first day of camp.
He has done that. Martin St. Louis got caught up on top. St. Louis, Niedermeyer plays it to Lemieux. Power play underway, Canada. Attempted pass into the middle, blocked and cleared out of the zone. Again, Riku Hall, who's having himself a period here. 2:30 left to go in the period. 1:08 left on the power play with this game tied at 1 apiece. Niedermeyer, Sakic, let it go to Lemieux into the middle. Can't believe how alone he was. Didn't shoot it. St. Louis working a point on the power play. Lemieux, the half boards, taken out of the play and cleared. Good work that time on Lemieux by Newman.
Great play by Newman, and that shows a veteran guy right there who knows that you cannot give Mario time on that side boards because he's going to pick everybody apart and find the open guy.
Annie Heatley put a hit on the far side. That one bounces off Richards, though. 38 seconds left to go on the advantage. Lettinen moving up here. Lettinen 26 in white. Brad Richards with it. Richards on the power play unit. Goal and 3 assists in the last 4 games for Brad Richards here in World Cup play. Centering pass blocked, short-handed. Lettinen, they're looking for a little help from behind, but Finland wants to change. Lettinen will get it. Short-handed in the middle, tied up, skated on it, fell down. Cleared back up by Thornton. 13 left on the advantage. Heatley into the zone. Heatley dropped it. Blind pass again. It wasn't there.
Danny Heatley's fighting it now. He dumped the puck out blindly from behind the net that went all the way out of the zone, and he tried to make a pass there. And I could, with our effects mics, we could hear the man that he was trying to pass to yelling, "No, no, no, no."
No shots on the power play, and it's over. This will be an icing call with 1:15 left to go.
Danny Heatley going to suck it up and get ready for another shift. But we talked about Vincent LeCavalier coming into his own here. This is Saturday night in overtime against the Czech Republic. An impossible angle. Well, just about an impossible angle, but LeCavalier ended it in overtime. And he has been just a key factor offensively for Team Canada. Heatley and Ryan Smith are playing the wings with LeCavalier and aren't getting any publicity at all, but they just do all of the tough work down low.
Back to 5-on-5 hockey. LeCavalier has scored or assisted 4 of Team Canada's 5 game-winning goals. He's had 2 of them. That'll be cleared up as we close in on the 1-minute mark of this first period. Draper touched that one up in the zone.
Billy, do you think if you asked every Finnish guy on that team if it would be tied after the first period, how many of them do you think would say, "I hope so"? We'd take that right now.
They'd all raise their hands, wouldn't they?
I think every single one of them would pay money to say, let's be tied after the first period. That's exactly where they want to be.
I agree.
These 2 teams have rarely ever trailed. Finland came in having trailed only 12 minutes 7 seconds of the entire tournament. Team Canada has never trailed in any game. They have been tied for 112.44, but never behind. And they haven't in this game. They got the first goal. Now it's tied up. Dump back into the corner. Draper going back. Oh, down with Timon in there with him. He gets right back up. Ouch. There they are again, fighting behind the net. Draper hanging with them. Cleared around the near side board. Solani trying to clear it out of there and did. There'll be no icing. Team Canada will come back to get it. Full crowd. Obviously, the house sold out here in Toronto, but Finland has really quieted them after Team Canada got that first goal. The game has been Finland's. Again was in front. Got pushed by Salo as the pass came. Cleared by Ruutu up and out of the zone. Sakic scored 52 seconds. Lemieux and Brewer tied at 6:34. Hall from Lidman and Berg. And that's the way we will finish the first. The shots 9-7 in favor of Canada. So Finland's done, as JR said, what they wanted to do. They have played Team Canada even. There's the goal by Team Canada. Gretzky celebrating a 1-0 lead, but Hall would come back at the other end. That one through Brodeur, 1-1 after 1.
Don't you wish you could find a website called warmwonderfulwater.com? Or you could log on